Hi, this is Alcan. Welcome back to my channel. Some weird article showed up in my feed today. I think it's called the Florida News, and it says something about Trump's allies in the House rushed to former president's rescue, striking blow to New York sovereignty. I had no idea what that means, but it doesn't sound good. But anyway, let's go into it, see what the heck this is all about. By Benjamin Thompson. I don't know if this is a Democrat or Republican publication, so I have no idea. But let's get into it, see what's going on. It is no secret that Republicans, with few exceptions, are doing everything in their power to protect former President Donald Trump, consistently showing their loyalty to the presumption GOP presidential nominee. Recently, a group of Republicans led by Florida Congresswoman Anna Pauline Luna has been campaigning an effort to award Congressional Gold Medal to former President Donald Trump. Shortly after that, in the wake of Donald Trump's conviction on multiple felonies count in New York, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis vowed to ensure that Trump retains the ability to vote in Florida. So, in other words, they were trying to steal his chance to vote for himself in the election. That's not going to happen. That's a blow to them. And now the House Republicans are showing their loyalty to Donald Trump again by virtually pushing for legislation that would enable a current or former president to transfer any state case against him to federal court, a clear response to Donald Trump's recent conviction in New York. This move is widely seen as an effort to shield Trump from state-level prosecution, sparking significant controversy and debate over the implication of state sovereignty and the rule of law. Several House GOP sources revealed to the publication that Republican lawmakers are urging House Speaker Mike Johnson to bring the bill to a floor vote. The bill, which is reportedly passed by the House Judicial Committee, would fundamentally alter the whatever they call it, the directional landscape for the presidential prosecutions. By moving state cases to federal court, it would potentially allow Trump to clear his record if he wins the presidential election in November. While presidents can pardon federal convicts, they lack the power to pardon state ones. The mastermind behind this legislation push is none other than Donald Trump himself. Last month, Rolling Stone reported that Trump has several meetings with Republican lawmakers and lawyers asking them to pursue legislation that would permanently shield him from prosecution outside of federal courts. This bill represents the latest attempt by Trump's allies to overturn his guilt conviction rather than waiting for an appeal process to unfold. Well, I hate to say this, but ever since his conviction of those 34 counts, a lot of people, not just on the Republicans, but independents and Democrats, are all rushing to the president's aid, the former president's aid. And a lot of people donated to Trump's campaign, which has now reached over $400 million. A lot of them were first-time donors. A lot of them were independents or Democrats. So basically, whatever they thought they were going to do to Trump, it's backfiring badly. I mean, really backfiring badly. However, sources close to Johnson indicate that a floor vote on the bill is unlikely at the moment, given its unpopularity among some Republicans and slim chance of passing the Democrat-controlled Senate. Despite these obstacles, Trump allies in the House are not backing down. They are preparing a robust defense of the former president, which includes targeting the Department of Justice, DOJ, through increased oversight, funding cuts, and other measures. In fact, they were interviewing Garland today, and it didn't end well for him, did it? Nope. The House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce this thing for crap, has even floated the idea of cutting federal funding for the state prosecutors investigating Trump and defunding federal investigations into the former president. These moves are part of a broader strategy to show allegiance to the Trump and challenge the legal process that had resulted in his conviction. I don't know why they waited so long. They should have done this a long time ago, not waited until he got convicted. The push for this legislation placed moderate Republicans in a difficult position. They must choose between aligning with Trump and his staunch supporters or taking a stand that could be unpopular in their district. For example, Mike Garcia of California expressed reservations about changing, Jericho's direction in the case through federal legislation, while Representative Nick LaToya of New York emphasized the importance of respecting federalism. Both Garcia and LaToya represent districts that Biden won in 2020, highlighting the political tightrope that moderate Republicans must walk in this highly publicized environment, or polarized. A floor vote on the bill could force them to take a definite position, potentially alienating some voters in their district. The proposed legislation has broader implications beyond Trump's immediate legal battles. It raises significant questions about the balance of power between the state and the federal government and the integrity of the justice system. Well, I don't know if there's any integrity left to begin with. By allowing a president to transfer state case to federal courts, it could undermine the authority of the state judicial system and set a precedent for future cases involving high-profile political figures. Trump's legal troubles are not confined to New York. He faces state-level charges in Georgia for allegedly attempting to overthrow the result of the 2020 election in that state. The charges brought under Georgia's Racketeer Influence and Corruption Organization law, RICO, is based on record phone calls which Trump alleged urged Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger to find 11,780 votes. By the way, I mispronounced his name on purpose. I don't give a shit about him. If the bill pushed by the House conservatives was signed into law, Trump could move that Georgia case to the federal court. This will allow him, if convicted and reelected, to potentially pardon himself. However, the scenario underscored the controversial nature of the proposed legislation and potential to significantly alter the justice landscape. As Trump allies in the House continue their efforts to protect him, I don't know what just happened, protect him from the state-level prosecution, this fanny casino crap. Anyway, the debate is over the proposed legislation likely intense. The bill represents a significant challenge to the principle of federalism and the authority of state justice system. See if there's anything else here. No, I guess that's it. But the thing is, they're trying to say is, hey, we need to take control of this because we didn't get money for the states to do these ridiculous trunk cases when you have case after case of real crime being committed in your jurisdiction and you're not addressing it. Well, I mean, while they're convicting Trump of 34 charges, we're still having crime problems in New York City. Every time I see the phone, there's something passing by, a message like your Twitter or newsflash, whatever, stabbing here, stabbing there, shooting here, shooting there, constantly coming out of New York. I don't even see that in my area, Teaneck. So, yes, and of course you have problems in Atlanta. They're having a huge crime problem. They just got 4 people shot at a food court. But, they're too concentrated on Trump. Washington, D.C. is another example. Another high crime area. They're too concentrated again on Trump. You don't hear nothing happening in Florida because it's very rare. Sometimes you do have some situations, but that situation is different because the crime problem isn't that great because you have a good governor over there. You have great law enforcement people like Grady, Polk County. He doesn't play games. Oh, yeah. He's a very, very popular law enforcement officer, on social media and all other places. He don't play. They say the criminals like to do whatever they want, but they vacation in Florida because they know in Florida they can't do that stuff. They behave. But again, you got other crime areas, like in Portland. They just got rid of that DA. He's going to be out in about 6-7 months. They're still trying to get rid of Gaston in L.A., and maybe now they're going to be successful because, unfortunately, a well-known TV series called General Hospital lost one of their stars to a petty crime. They were stealing the converter, the Caribbean, whatever, underneath the car, and he got killed for no reason. He thought he was being told. Next thing you know, guy looks up and psh. Yeah. It shouldn't have taken a situation like that for LA to wake up and get rid of this idiot DA. Chicago is going to lose Fox. She's not running for re-election. Hopefully they get somebody who will really fight crime. And I don't understand what the excuses is because they don't have a Trump case. Phoenix, I don't know what's going on over there. They have a Trump case going on. I don't know if the crime problem is low or high, but if it's high and they're worrying about Trump, I don't know what to tell you, but some of this stuff is plain stupid. We know it's lawfare. It shouldn't be happening. So, the Republicans need to fight harder and harder, and other DAs not involved with the George Soros nonsense, especially if you're a Republican. You should be going after these folks in New York and Washington and Georgia and drive them crazy because that's the only way they're going to stop this nonsense. And you should be going after also Arizona and anybody else who comes up with this nonsense. So this Alcan saying so long for now, don't forget to stop. And the reason why they should stop that nonsense because they could be going to Wisconsin next or Minnesota or some others. Just like they're trying to get Trump off the ballot, didn't work, did it?